Hello and welcome back to Tidbit of Torah. This past weekend, I had a really interesting conversation with my mother when I was home in Seattle for a visit. She observed, Sarah, I noticed that you give more space to your children when they climb on the play structure at the playground than I might have given you when you were a child. And you know what? I realized she's right. When my children are climbing at the playground or running around outside, whether that's by themselves or with other children, I take a step back. I allow them the freedom to be able to learn and discover by trial and error, to figure things out while being just close enough so that I can support them if they reach a place where they feel unsafe or where they might need a little extra support. And it's a dance, right? It's not always easy to know just how much space to give and how to do that dance, but it's an important dance we do. I see it happening every day here at the HEA preschool that follows a Reggio Emilia approach and truly believes in the immense potential of each child to be the director of their own learning, to be able to learn and discover on their own while being surrounded by loving support from teachers, adults, and other children here. I really appreciate this challenge, this dance, this thoughtfulness of constructivist education, because it also speaks to the heart of what our Torah is trying to teach us in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Ve'et Hanan, in which we find the powerful words of the Shema and the V'ahavta in the 6th book of Deuteronomy. We read in verse 6, V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi matzavacha hayom al levavecha. Take to heart these instructions, these teachings with which I charge to you today. There's many things that I appreciate about this verse in the V'ahavta. One is the phrasing of al levavecha. We might have thought that the Torah would say, bit levavecha, in your heart. Because after all, don't we want teachings to be in our hearts and in the hearts of our children? Isn't that where we want Torah to truly land? But on the contrary, the Torah is teaching us that it's our responsibility as teachers, as parents, as grandparents, as adults, to introduce lessons of Torah, values, and opportunities upon the hearts of our children, and then to model open-heartedness, that they learn that it's their role to be able to choose to take in learning themselves. That is the way in which we allow Torah to be truly relevant for our children, for lessons to truly sink in and be lasting and personalized for our children, by allowing them to discover it on their own rather than shoving Jewish learning down the throats of our children or anyone else. I also appreciate that this verse says, Hayom. Take to heart these lessons with which I give to you today. The 11th century French commentator Rashi says that Hayom means that the lessons of Jewish learning can't be like an antiquated edict to our children. They need to be relevant for today. Torah must be relevant for us today in this stage of our lives, whether that's the developmental stage of a child or the stage that we're going through as an adult. It must speak to us in this century and this part of our lives today. And so our Torah are teaching us some really important lessons about creating a milieu, a learning environment for our children and other people around us that is relevant and personalized. What is the Torah that's on your heart? And what is the Torah that you want to introduce through objects, through rituals, through music, through conversations and other means that you want to introduce out there that can be upon the hearts of your children, that they can discover and internalize for themselves? I wonder what that looks like for you, and I wonder how you can also take in those lessons yourselves by being able to discover what is there and what can be put out there for others around us to learn. Shabbat Shalom.